Hello, this is me, Gail, and welcome to my vlog. Today, we will have an interesting discussion about these new trends in the English language teaching and learning. Let us try to differentiate our ways of learning from a person like me who was born in just depending on the print media for references to evolve real quick in this e-learning format where database is in abundance. English language teaching is a continuous process which needs many changes from time to time. From then on, if we try to compare the way how English is being taught in the traditional classrooms, we could really see the great transition and how this paradigm shift affects our objectives, methodologies, and goals in teaching the language. Let me share with you an article published by Ajit P. Tushar. It's about trends in teaching and learning of English. I was so inspired because I was able to understand how the transition of these different methods are in. He stated the different paradigm shift needed for teaching and learning English. So I will just quote here the changes in English language teaching. So here is the transition from before and up to now when it comes to English language teaching, from grammatical syntax in the language to functional approach in the language. From the poem or prose as a text for comprehension to the poem or prose as a means of expression for the reader. From the absence of digital technology to use of digital technology to reinforce the teaching and learning of English language. From teaching of poem or prose being restricted to classroom to teaching of poem or prose should be done in context of real world over the classroom. From giving grammar work based on the prose or poem to designing activities on the poem or prose to enable learners to think constructively and appreciate the work. From not teaching English as a subject and isolated from students' needs to integrating learning and teaching of English with the content of other subjects. All this paradigm shift was achieved through using different instructional materials like projectors, audio tapes, authentic and meaningful discourse, and teacher-centered activities, and many more. Now, these new methods tell us that we need to focus on the learners as the center of our teaching, and we teachers is like the background or facilitator of learning. As a teacher, we need to have this big goal, and that goal is to develop a 21st century learner who can compete in this changing world and have the enormous skill not just for speaking the language but also in communicating towards others. The changes in English language teaching was a big challenge for us, and how can we do that? Of course, we need to adapt and embrace this techno-savvy world. Only then we can think of new methods, trends, and applications to be implemented in our 21st century classrooms. Now, I will bring you to the different technology applications and methodologies that you think we can apply in our own classroom. Playway method. This Playway method believes in the principle about play to learn. According to Naina Kanal, Playway method turns entire learning into fun element by involving play in it. It helps learners to connect with peers and teachers easily. Example of these Playway activities for junior high school: playing computer educational games which can enhance their educational experience by allowing them to develop their digital skills, or creating songs. This kind of method is mostly activity-based or hands-on learning experience. Cybergogy. which focuses on helping adults and young people to learn by facilitating and technologically enabling learner-centered, autonomous, and collaborative learning in a virtual environment. Gamification. The gamification of learning is an educational approach that seeks to motivate students by using video game design and game elements in learning environments. The goal is to maximize enjoyment and engagement by capturing the interest of learners and inspiring them to continue learning. Example of this online-based activity are Kahoot and Scrabble online game. So this online game-based activity needs a stable data connection. These are not applicable for schools which have poor internet signal connection. Learning management platforms. Learning management platforms like Edmodo are increasingly popular. They give learners an online way to find handouts, continue classroom discussions, and submit homework. Now, online platforms are also used to communicate with parents and other stakeholders, give teachers and administrators a better overview of the curriculum, and help manage lesson plans and materials. Example of these LMS platforms or learning management platforms are Schoology, Edmodo, Google Classroom, Canvas, and Blackboard. Many educators like me are now embracing this digital world. In a digital age where online pedagogy is becoming the norm, educators are still faced with challenges on how to adapt and develop innovative strategies using technologies. Those new applications and methodologies in English language teaching enables teachers to pace learning according to individual needs, and with that, classroom interaction is more evident since it is fun, memorable, and engaging. Challenges in our school. No internet connection is perhaps the worst problem in our school. Due to this, we cannot easily apply different online digital learning because we have difficulty in accessing the internet. As much as we are willing and eager to adapt such new ways of e-learning, however, due to this challenge we are facing in our school scenario, we are deprived to even apply such gamification, LMS, cybergogy in our station. Despite of the greatest challenge of having no internet connection, we still cater the needs of our students when it comes to learning. We find ways in using instructional materials through computer-assisted language learning, such as using recorded audios, videos, PowerPoints, and other offline applications that we can incorporate in our class discussion. Someday and somehow, we are still hoping for the feasibility that we can really apply online activity-based learning in our school.